Hi there, in this video, I'll take you through the journey which helped me grow into becoming a top performing agent back then. My goal in this video is to inspire you to chase your own breakthrough no matter where you're coming from. I'll share with you the things that I did which contributed to me becoming a top agent so you can do the same thing. So if you're interested with this topic, make sure to watch the video until the end. And so yes, let's begin. Hi. So, bago tayo mag-umpisa dun sa mini presentation ko, ay ipapakita ko muna to sa inyo. Ito yung nakalagay dito, Q2 Awards. Ito yung natanggap ko. Tapos, merong laman ito. Ito, I think, isa sa mga last awards ko. But, dito ko nilagay lahat ng awards na natanggap ko back then nung ako ay call center agent pa. So, ito yung isa. Ito yung nung sa Concentrix ako. As you can see, merong logo ng Concentrix. Tapos, nakalagay dyan, top agent. So, ito yung unang-unang nag-top agent ako. And this one, top 3 agent. Score is 98.74. Ito naman, recognition. This one is TNPS champion. Ito naman, nag-top 2 agent ako dito. So, 90.86. Yan, March fiscal. Ito naman, April fiscal. Top 2 ulit, 98.26%. This one is top 2 agent as well, 99.45. So, may fiscal. And then, ito yung pinaka natanggap ko nung nag-quarterly top agent ako. So, Q2 top agent, ibig sabihin, sa isang buong quarter, consecutive or tuloy-tuloy kang nag-top agent. For example, March, April, May. So, top 2, top 2, top 3 ako niyan. So, kaya overall, top 3 agent ako. Top 2 agent pala sa buong quarter. So, yun, pumunta kami sa isang hotel. Doon ako inawardan. Tapos, meron binigay na jacket. Tapos, kumain ng masarap na pagkain. Malamig sa lugar. May mga picture taking and all that. So, tapos meron din ganito. Yan. So, those are some of the perks. Now, let's get into my presentation. Sana makinig ka and i-apply mo yun sa sarili mo para maging top agent ka rin. At hindi ka lang makatanggap nito, kundi matanggap mo rin yung iba pang perks ng pagiging isang top agent. Let's talk about why becoming a top agent matters and what are the perks of being a top agent. Number one is career growth opportunities. If you are someone who's looking to become a team leader, a QA analyst, or a trainer, then the best way for you to become one is to be a top agent. Why? Because top agents get noticed. They're first in line for promotions, special projects, and leadership roles. I know this from experience because two of my teammates back then were promoted and became team leaders because they are top performing agents. And yes, I was offered to handle a team back then. I was somewhat an SME back then, but I rejected the offer and went back to calling because I don't really want to be promoted or things like that. So it's my personal preference. Therefore, standing out means faster career advancement compared to average performers. The second reason is higher incentives and bonuses. Many companies, including the companies that I've worked with previously, award or reward top agents like myself with performance bonuses, incentives, and recognition awards. So the better you perform, the better your salary growth is over time. And this is true because apart from recognition like receiving awards, free jacket, eating in a fancy hotel, and being able to sit beside other top performing agents and bosses as well, you also get to receive incentives. And normally kasi, you wouldn't receive incentives if your metrics are failing. Therefore, dapat mataas talaga yung metrics mo para magkaroon ka ng incentives. And back then, when I was awarded as top agent, I mostly received like 10K to 14K worth of monthly incentives. So, send ka pa, di ba? The next one is recognition and respect. So, top agents earn respect from peers, supervisors, and even clients. You become someone your team looks up to and learns from. This is true kasi before kapag nalaman nilang top agent ka, tapos may newbie training nila, sa iba pa sidebarge yung bagong agent, sasabihin, top agent yan, magaling yan. So, parang 'di ba nare-respeto ka and then kinikilala ka talaga ng mga ka-team mo kahit pa biruan lang na, "Oh, top agent yan, ganyan, magaling yan." So, parang nakaka-boost din talaga siya ng moral ng isang tao. The next point is personal growth. Being a top agent pushes you to improve your communication, patience, and problem-solving skills. These are life skills that go beyond the job and help in everyday life. So, hindi ka lang nag improve as a person sa work, pero nag improve ka rin outside of work, which is more important, di ba? And the next one is job security. Companies value and protect high performing agents, especially during account transitions or layoffs. So, being a top performer makes you a priority asset. 'Di ba? Kasi may mga times talaga na nagtatanggalan ng agent. And syempre, kung ikaw yung tagabuhat ng team nyo, ikaw yung magaling magbenta, ikaw yung palaging nagkakaroon ng promoters, ikaw yung nai-hit lahat ng metrics every month, then considered ka as asset ng company and magiging priority ka. I personally experienced this kasi before, hindi naman ako perfectong agent, no? Nagkaroon ako ng multiple escalations. But I believe dahil nga top performing agent ako, palagi akong naipagtatanggol at palagi akong naililigtas. Kasi kahit na yung kasalanan ko ay minsan below the belt na talaga. Hindi naman below the belt. Or parang kaalis-alis na siya sa trabaho. Parang matatanggal ka na talaga. Pero hindi ako natatanggal. And one of the reasons I believe personally ay dahil nga top performer ako. So, binavalue pa rin talaga nila yon. Another one is confidence boost. Siyempre, when you consistently hit your goals, your confidence grows. You start believing that you can achieve more, not just at work, but in life in general. And that's true, 'di ba? Nagiging confident ka kapag sinasabihan ka na, ay, magaling yan. Nagiging confident ka kapag nahi-hit mo lahat ng target. Kabaliktaran naman yun kapag hindi mo nahi-hit yung mga metrics, 'di ba? Bumababa yung self-confidence mo. Tapos di maiiwasan, magkakaroon yan ng negative effect in the long run. Let's talk about the top agent mindset. Number one is positive attitude. Yes, kailangan yan ng isang top agent. Number two is growth mindset. Meron kasi tayong fixed mindset at meron tayong growth mindset. So, mga top agent, meron silang growth mindset. Ibig sabihin, lagi silang nag improve, lagi nilang naiisip yung positive sa ginagawa nila kahit na mahirap at challenging. Next is willingness to learn and adapt. Yes, kasi sa BPO, yung mga policies niyan ay paiba-iba. For example, kami dati hindi kami nagbebenta ng mobile phones pero nagkaroon ng time na kailangan na nating magbenta noon. And syempre, kung competitive ka at willing kang mag-learn and mag-adapt sa changes, then magiging top agent ka talaga. Kasi ako back then, inalam ko talaga yung mga benefits ng pagbebenta ng phones para makabenta ako ng cellphones. And kapag nakabenta ka ng cellphones, may mga perks kasi yan. Meron kaming tinatawag dati na Xfinity Exchange. Convertible to siya sa cash. And tuwang-tuwa ako kapag nakakabenta ako ng phones kasi additional income siya. So, be willing to learn, have a positive mindset, and also have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. Mastering your metrics is one of the reasons for you to become a top agent. You need to understand your KPIs or key performance indicators like average handling time, surveys, transfer rate, etc. Ako kasi back then, I always make sure na alam ko kung ano yung tinatarget ko or kung ano yung goal ko para makuha ko yung incentive. Back then kasi, more on incentives yung habol ko at hindi yung recognition na sa top agent. Kapag kasi nagkaroon ka ng incentives, most likely nagpe-perform ka talaga niyan at therefore magiging top agent ka na. So ako dati hindi ko goal ang maging top agent kundi goal ko ang makuha yung incentives. Therefore, hinihit ko talaga yung metrics at iniintindi ko talaga kung ano yung kailangan kong i-hit at yun yung pinagpupukusan ko. One thing that I did back then as well is to track my progress. Kasi 'Di ba sa station ng mga team leader natin, nakikita naman natin yung scorecard natin at nakikita natin do'n kung kulay green siya, ibig sabihin positive. Kapag naman kulay red, ibig sabihin kailangan mong i-work on yung part na yon. So, ako tinitingnan ko lagi yung aking metrics ta's kapag nakita kong pula siya, then do'n ako magfo-focus. For example, ang AHT ko sobrang taas, then gagawa ako ng paraan para pababain yung AHT ko. And then, I also set personal goals to exceed my target. Yes, base nga sa sinabi ko kanina, inaalam ko talaga kung ano yung KPI for that certain month para magkaroon ng incentive. And usually, yun talaga yung unang-una kong inaalam dahil yun yung key para maging top agent ka and at the same time makuha mo yung incentives. For you to become a top agent, you also need to sharpen your communication skills or improve it. So, one way to do that is to speak clearly and confidently. You also need to practice active listening and mirror the customer's tone professionally. So, isa rin to sa mga dahilan kung bakit tayo nagta-top agent kasi syempre kapag ginagawa natin ng maayos, okay yung communication natin, then most likely nagkakaintindihan tayo ng customer at mas maraming positive surveys ang matatanggap mo over the negative ones. Kasi nga 'di ba para ma-hit mo yung metrics, maging top agent ka, kailangan talaga pasado yung TNPS score mo or yung Net Promoter Score mo or tinatawag nating positive survey. For you to become a top agent, you also need to handle difficult customers like a pro. Stay calm and under pressure. Empathize, don't personalize. Use the feel, felt, and found technique. If you want me to talk more about this, just let me know in the comment section. One of the ways for you to become a top agent is for you to use your tools like a ninja. Make sure you master the tools that you're using and also the processes that you have in your company or account. Kasi 'di ba kapag memorize mo yung process, kapag kabisado mo yung tools, mas efficient ka. Alam mo yung ginagawa mo, kaya mafe-feel ng customer yon, hindi ka pala soup call, hindi ka nalulongkol. And lastly, for you to become a top agent, you need to learn from feedback coming from your coaches or team leaders. You need to accept coaching with an open mind. Huwag kang ma-hurt kasi isipin mo na para yun sa ika-i-improve mo. You need to apply tips immediately. So, usually during coaching ng TL or ng QA mo, magbibigay ng mga tips ng better way ng pag-handle ng calls. Make sure to apply that kasi effective yan for sure. And also ask for feedback proactively. For example, if you really need help pagdating sa isang bagay na hindi mo kayang gawin, then ask for help, ask for feedback sa mga boss mo and they will be willing to help and that way mag-improve ka and therefore magiging top agent ka. If you're on your own call center journey right now, just keep going. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and if I can do it, so can you. So yes, if you learned something from this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have video suggestions, feel free to write it down in the comment section below. I'll promise to reply to each of those and we'll create a future video in relation to that. And I do have lots of playlists on my channel related to call center interview tips and techniques and stuff like that. So if you want to watch all of those, I'll put the link in the description box below. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!